Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Flamebird. As noted before, I have now finally finished it. So congratulations upon my end. I had a lot of work to do with it because some parts were tricky indeed. Uh, but the good news is that I actually finished it off. So now the idea of this was to make sure that I can put into a game, or put into a game if I want to, which I could. Also, I realized that these things also make cool looking t-shirts, so I actually went for making them as well into a t-shirt for the later part. The main idea here is that I'm trying to do my very best upon making the designs correctly as possible. As you can see, this one I had like a lot of problems with finding out how to get a cool looking, angry bird into it, so making sure that it looks like he's heating up. So that was the main idea of this. So I'll get the rest of it as well on so that we can compare all of them with each other. No worries, we got this. So we have the claw attack, which is the one that is over there, and then we can go for the claw attack, which has this one right here. Alright. So now we have all three combined. We have now all three, and we can see what everyone has, and we can see like going from one point to another. The main issue that I had with this trying to get the bird into multiple phases of attacks or animations that need to be done on cards. What the main idea here was that this was a claw attack, so I made it looking like a claw. This one was literally a meteor shower, which was an AoE damage, and this one was that he would take damage and then he would gain more power. So that was the idea. So as you can see, these designs are, you see already the progression between them. So this is the first one, you can see the second one, and you can see the third one. As you can see, this one is a far more closer up image. So I thought, well, I'll put the image a little bit more closer, and I put the bomb in a more closer perspective, instead of having it into the tiny little bomb that it used to be. Because you can see here, this is a little bit less away than this one. So yeah, I implemented on that, and I put the bomb back in, and I made sure that the bomb is a little bit more closer towards the angle of vision. So if you look at this design, if you look at this picture right now, you can already see the text, then you can see the other text, but also what stands out is the bird itself. So both of them all have the eye-catching attention of the viewer. With this one, it's also very distinguished what is going to be happening. So first you look at the white, then you look at the skeleton and the design around it, and you can also see pretty good that there is something over here which also gets your eye because of it is green, or it is yellow, which is not used. So most things here is orange, and then you have a purple thing which stands out, and you have a yellow thing that stands out as well, and so is the white. That's why I went for them. So, for instance, for here, I did not do it the first design. I probably could have done this a little bit more better on the design of the text box. Probably I should have moved it to the other side because the what do you say? The eye-catching appeal of the picture itself is important, but so far there is nothing wrong here with the design itself, because of the amount of because you look into it like into the center, and then you can see both things coming at you instead of having a very aggressive background. The same here. The background actually helps you seeing the other images as well. You know, they're all pointing towards the skeleton, and when you see the skeleton, you see the rest as well, spreading out. And so is with this. You see the image, you see the big giant white image in front of you, and you see the glowing yellow eyes of the bird staring at you, which, you know, is eye-catching. And so is the board, because at this one, somehow the board is actually flipped. So it is like, oh no, it's almost, you know, going up. That's why, you know, the bomb is trying to hold on, and the text that here says is that actually you were a fool to wake up, make the bird angry, which is normal. You know, the whole spell was about that. So the only shameful thing is, because this, if I would have put it into the game, that I have not optimized the design for the game itself, which is a real bummer. But I'll show you what I mean. Which is a shame indeed. But the idea here is that, you know, we try to create these images for a game. I can easily do it into another game, and then it would work out just fine. It's just, you know, this design of the game is different, because the design of the game actually makes me not be able to move the image up, and doesn't make the image that is created on the in the inside of the text on the image is not shown, which is a problem, because technically you want to have actually a transparent card for the effect. So I'll show you in a sec. Hold on. So we're gonna go for abilities. There you go. We're gonna move this up. We're gonna move. Come on. Oh, you're loading, aren't you? Yeah, you're loading. You don't like me to drag you around while you're loading. There you go. So this is the noble image that we had, alright, for the birdie bird. And, well, you know, we're just gonna be going for a... Oh, we picked up the wrong part here. So, I hate it when that happens. Alright, import. There you go. We're gonna go for... Now you can see that there are 3 images. And now we can import this image as well. So what you can see now is that this bird is moving around. You know, you can see that we can go for this or we can go for that, but we want to go for like this. This is a good place to hold it. But if we now apply the crop, you can see that the image is not the text right here, because of the design of the game itself. The design doesn't allow transparency in the bar. Of course, you know, that's logical. No offense there. But if we want to move it upwards, we can't, which is a real shame. But no problems there. All right, no problems there. It is still a good, you know, it's still a good design, because we can see that this is really nice. We can see what the ability does, and whatever it will be doing. So as you can see, chicken will heat up, and boom, it will gain more damage output. So whenever it takes damage, it will heat up. Boom, it will gain more power. So that's the ability of the chicken. That's the ability of how the chicken works. So now we're going to be saving this bad boy up, and yeah, we already have saved the name. We have already saved everything. And now if we now pick up the character that we have, we're gonna go to main menu, because, you know, that's easy doable. We're gonna go to characters. Oh no, we're not supposed to be going to characters. We're supposed to be going to enemies. But oh well. We're gonna go to enemies, because apparently, you know, you cannot have a chicken as a creature, because apparently this is not the game that allows this. But if I would go put this into an RPG maker, we could definitely put this chicken just there, and then, you know, have the card show up in our face and be like, oh no, it's the card, and then exactly does the same as the abilities do right now. So as you can see, we're gonna go for the elite version, because that's the part that we want. We can now see that we have the egg shower right here. We have the claw attack right here, and we have the fire up right here. So all the cards have been created for the chicken that we want. Of course, we still don't have the infernal flame and the rebirth, but I already thought, like, four is already a lot, and I don't want to have more of these cards, because technically the infernal flame, I could make another design for the chicken, yes, and for the rebirth is just gonna be an egg with a surprise question mark out of it. So the whole thing with this design, the whole feeling with this the thing that I did with the flame bird is actually a great success in my book, because I actually learned how to draw. I learned how to do it in 1 day or 2. It's like, boom, yeah, I want this, I want that, this is my concept, I will draw this in the art style that I did before. Hello, Space Junk. Nice to see you as well. So yeah, I actually went pretty. I must say I was actually pretty happy upon this. So if we just want, we can just put another claw attack in it, and we can put another egg shower in it, just to give more cool effects. So now technically we have all the cards that we want, and we have all the cards that we need. So you can already see how this is all going. Of course, I like to have the style of the cards, and we can now look in the style of these cards. These cards, if I would implement them into a game, I would probably, have the whole picture being shown up, and then have the description underneath it, or in the middle of it, or whatever, have the description on the backside. So you could actually flip the card, and then, you read the description on the backside. That would be a far smarter move, because now I'm stuck with an ugly picture that I cannot use properly, so the appeal of the picture is lessened. Of course, all these designs are now properly are all created in such a way that I really like it. For instance, I really like how I did the dots on the background, feeling like it is like a fading dots that is like very calming to the eye, and then have these jagged pointers point towards the person who's gonna get his ass kicked. So that's always lovely. And this way of how to design the drawing with designing the handily drawing the letters of the Japanese wording, and then put the bomb on underneath it, is a really thing that I really like. It gives a little charm to it, Same goes with the Japanese language. It really gives the effect, and so is with this. This is like really charmful. Also the little squids that have pirate hats on, and the pirate hats even have their own KO animation. Like, if the squid gets hit, the pirate hat also gets the knockout effect. And so, like, oh no, he shits his pants, and he gets his pants shit. So, and with this one, for instance, I had a lot of trouble with giving the effect of, yeah, he's getting really angry. And I was like, yeah, I know how to get to point A to point B, but I have no idea how to do it properly. So I had to look up some art, some manga art to see how to get that effect on it. So I still wanted to have the same background effect, like the same background effect like this, and the same background effect as like this, and I wanted to still have the same effect on the. I want to still have the effect of this guy is pissed, so everything is gonna go up. Everything is gonna go upwards, and that's why I put actually the comment mark, the mark of hey, this you fucking idiot, you made the bird angry, is upwards instead of downwards. So that was the idea of it. So I'm very happy upon the result on all of this, and I'm gonna be and I have just ordered a little t-shirt of, you know, the design, just to see how it works, and just to see how it works on a black t-shirt, you know. Whatever. It's just a t-shirt I'm gonna be buying for 12 euros. I don't give a shit. It's fun to have such things in the effect. And the funny thing is, with this bird, it really gives me I really gave it personality, you know. This bird is a bird that likes to fight, likes to do his stuff, and you know, he can be really scary and really fired up inside. You know, he's a really flammable bird. Because he's an explosive bird. Get it? He's very explosive in his doing. And also, you know, the personality of the bomb is always like, you know, I like to give you helpful advice. This is an egg shower. And then here says, on a sunny day, it's recommended to wear sunglasses. It's like, yeah, of course, duh. Thank you, by the way, for noticing that. Because, you know, you're gonna have a meteor shower of eggs coming down on you. It's probably very advisable to not get blinded by the light. So, like for instance here, the little bomb always gives like not really good advice. Of course, it just gives you advice of, you know, advice that you probably already know, or advice that gives you, or advice that is already obvious to the viewer. Which is like my little in-joke on how I like to handle things. So probably after these three, I'm very happy how I got them, and I all designed them on the big bad evil bird right here. This is the design of the bird itself, and then I made the whole effect on it. So I made the cards that, you know, represent the bird as well. So combining the birds, combining the things that I wanted with the bird, so the effects that I already achieved, like, you know, the attacks that I wanted to call, the abilities that I wanted to call, and then putting that bird into that image again and again and again, helped me a lot with the challenge, overcoming certain types of things. For instance, backgrounds. For instance, how to create the effect that I wanted with the bird. So the cartoonish effect of, you know, yeah, this cartoonish creation. It's you know, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a comic. Whatever. You know, it's a little. I like to do it. I like to try to do it into a manga style, and I think I pretty well did it correctly. Of course, you know, it took me only what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks, I believe. 4 weeks of, you know, the first week just come up with the idea. The second week begin with the drawing of the chicken. And then the third and the fourth week is then, you know, designing the other ones and then follow up. And most of them were, you know, in a constant pace. So it was from boom, bang, bam. You know, it went pretty solid on the progress really quickly. Once I caught the idea of the chicken itself, so once I caught the idea of the chicken, I knew exactly where I went for. And the funny thing is, because I actually used this to realize the spells that it got. Yeah, let's put it into spells. So we're gonna be we're gonna be saving this bad boy, and then we're gonna go to the abilities. And because I'm gonna be going to not enemies, I'm gonna be selecting the ability scene, and I'll show you what I mean. So because I had these animations that were, you know, they were not the best animations there ever will be, but they gave me a handsome idea of like, what do I want with this chicken? How do I want to give this chicken the effect of, you know, firing up? So I thought like, well, you know, he wants to get himself engulfed into flames, which he did. So the chicken gets involved into flames, and then boom, he gets Super Saiyan. Let's put it that way. It's just, you know, being like, yeah, I'm getting more stronger because, you know, somebody hit at me and I didn't like it. The same goes for the Flameclaw, for instance. as you can see, the flame claw actually hits multiple targets in a diagonal line. That's why the first squid gets not hit, the second squid avoids the hit, and the third one hits. So the one that gets in front of him gets hit. But the other two didn't get hit. They just got slammed aside. Which is obviously because you can see this one, for instance, you can only hit diagonal. So there is no, there is only the other side would not be hit, which is quite cool. Because this one came from behind, which cannot be hit. This one came from the front. Maybe he would have been hit, but I give him plot armor. I don't know. That's good enough. And this one, for instance, the axe shower is actually just a meteor shower of axe, as you can see. So boom, 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 and everybody gets hit. Even the chicken. That's why the chicken actually comes with the meteor shower instead of, not with it. And then everybody takes damage. So that also the skulls were, the effect of the media. So yeah, I'm very happy upon what happened. I'm very happy that I'm now getting myself a cool looking T-shirt with, the latest drawing on it, which is really holds me dear. Like, yes, I made this, and that looks good. Also, in other news, good news, I'm gonna have a new conversation with another person. Apparently, the township just called me today, and they want to be talking with me about some ideas they have, and they want to see if maybe they can sponsor me in giving them good advice. So they probably want to have something like a 3D model or something like that, and I need to give them advice on how they're going to be achieving that for cheaper prices. Well, it's always good to have such a thing going on while you're waiting for the response of the other team. And then because I'm only going to be working 1 day a week, I still have some free days to go. So why not work for the township instead also? So that's always good. I just need to make sure that I'm not going to be overdoing things myself. So yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed this little news input and the final result of the chicken, so that everybody knows now what is going on. And I hope I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye!